Conservative New Media viewers and Jeremy Lin fans and NBA fans all around the world, what's up? It's me, John D. Villarreal, the four-time national champion and the super genius, joined by Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert. Now, Paul, this was a big game. Jeremy Lin is and was back from the ankle injury. He started tonight. He actually put up some good points. Unfortunately, the Charlotte Hornets lost against the Oklahoma City Thunder. But the OKC Thunder are very strong, and they got off to a good start, and they never really kind of let up that much off the gas pedal. But I like what Jeremy Lin did tonight. He did very well. Tell me what happened here.
Yeah, I like the way Jeremy played tonight. He didn't shoot the ball perfectly well, but besides that, he did everything else well. He defended. He ended up with 15 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists, no turnovers. He hung in there. He didn't give up at the end. I like that after he got his 5th foul early in the 4th quarter, he got a technical foul because he didn't like the way the referees were giving him fouls, and I think the whole team was frustrated. I know that Kemba got a technical earlier in the game. Look, as you said, OKC is one of the top 4 or 5 teams in the league. They're long, they're athletic, they're deep. Charlotte was coming into this game without Al Jefferson, without Nick Batum. Of course, they're missing Michael Kidd-Gilchrist this year with the shoulder issues, so they were definitely undermanned. They've been struggling lately. It's a tough game, but I like the way that I'm glad Jeremy got to start, and he started because Nick Batum didn't play tonight. He competed. This is a team that's given him trouble before, although he definitely had at least one good game against them in the past. He competed, he had a good outing, and I think that gives him momentum heading into the upcoming game, which will be against Golden State on Monday night. So overall, I thought it was a successful outing for Jeremy.
Look, I agree. Look, the team needs to find their footing. They've been having some tough games against some tough teams, and they've been kind of in it. This one, they were really out of it. I would have liked to have seen them win that Raptors game, last night and stuff like that. But in this, this team here, OKC is very tough. They play them tough. They started out hot. Hornets have been dinged up and injured up, and they have to find ways to keep healthy. They got to find ways to, keep the energy up. They have to find ways to win on the road and take that next level. So the team's starting to, veer towards this 500 stuff. Now, I do think that they will revitalize and get themselves going again, but they need to do that. But that's as a team. But as a player, Jeremy Lin, as a first game back from the injury, I thought this was excellent. 15 points is very good. Played some really good minutes there, 34 minutes. So, getting that back in the flow and everything like that, getting the, fitness going, getting the rust off. So I thought that was very good. And, also was good from the stripe and started getting some different things done. So, and like you said, no turnovers. That's good. Protect the ball. There's definitely, as a season and as a player having fun and in a team with good chemistry, I think it's a great fit for Jeremy Lin, Paul. In fact, honestly, this may be the best fit for him of any of his NBA teams so far. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that the only fit that might have been better was the short period of time where he was, playing heavy minutes in New York for Mike D'Antoni. Of course, the beginning of that year, he wasn't playing, and Mike D'Antoni didn't last the entire season as the coach. So for an entire season, this probably is the best fit. And I think Jeremy he feels good. I know he said recently in an article in the LA Times that he's happy, that people say he's smiling more. I know there's a lot of fans that think, he's kind of, maybe he's fading away. No, I don't think he is fading away. I think he's just really starting to kind of find his real place in the league. And I don't mean as a backup, but I mean just in terms of having his full game established, knowing what he wants to do, working on his weaknesses. I know he likes Coach Clifford. You mentioned that in the article. He's working on his defense. So I think everything's coming around for him. The main thing, and I've told you this off camera, just keep working on his three-point shot. But we know how hard he's worked at it in the off season, so it's not that he's not working at it. It's just going to take some time for the new shooting form to really settle in. So I think things are just going to look up and up for him. I'm very excited with where he's at individually, even though, as you mentioned, the team's struggling a little bit right now. Without Jefferson and Nick Batum out, Jeremy basically becomes the second scoring option behind Kemba. So they need him, and I think that I don't know how long Nick's going to be out. I know he's got a sore toe. Of course, Al Jefferson's out for 6 weeks, so that certainly affects things. But they need him. They need his offense, and I think that gives them a good opportunity.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the thing. Keeping this in perspective, Jeremy Lin fans, think about this. Jeremy Lin has established himself as a great sixth-person offense option on this roster. I mean, how many other six men out there are doing what Jeremy Lin is doing? I mean, Jeremy Lin has established himself, in my opinion, as one of the best six-person players in the NBA this year. The second thing is that, if you look at where Jeremy Lin is vis-a-vis his stats against the league, I mean, if you look at points, assists, stuff like that, they're right up there. They're above the average and stuff like that. Now, that doesn't mean he's, a superstar, it's not, whatever. But again, thinking about him as a sixth man, having averages well above or even well above the league, Paul, that's pretty impressive.
It is impressive. The sixth man is an extremely important role. I think that it's become clearer that Jeremy Lin has kind of gotten that role on this team. Earlier in the season, it was a kind of a contest between him and Jeremy Lamb, but now it seems more clear that Jeremy Lin is the sixth man. Jeremy's talked about that in the past. He's basically playing the role that Manu Ginobili played and has played for years for the Spurs.
Right.
That is an important role, and Jeremy Lin is finishing games, so it becomes more about who finishes games rather than who starts them. I've said it on Twitter, and I'll be back. Hopefully, my computer issues will be wrapped up early next week. But I think that Jeremy's progressing well. I think that this is a good year for him. I think this is a good fit for him, and I'm looking for more positivity. And hopefully, the team will be able to kind of right the ship as well, and I think they will. That's
the thing. You look at what Beard was able to do in OKC before he went to Houston and became the star or one of the stars there in Houston, stuff like that. And like I said, Ginobili. Who looks down on Ginobili? Ginobili's got some rings and stuff like that, and he's established himself. That's what I'm talking about. Jeremy Lin right now, in his role, can really do some good things. And in fact, Paul, I think he's getting better and better, and I think some great things are happening here. The team just needs to come together and take that next step. But as far as the season and with think about this, Jeremy Lin fans. Think about what you wanted, okay, for Jeremy Lin the whole time. You wanted a coach that understood him. You wanted Jeremy Lin to play minutes. You wanted Jeremy Lin to be in a situation where he was able to be Jeremy Lin and he had a good opportunity to do his thing, without maybe hypothetically negativity or schemes that weren't working for him or whatever like that. He has that in Charlotte, Paul. I think I'm not saying it's necessarily a perfect situation. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm saying that I think it's a great situation, and I think Jeremy Lin's taking advantage of it and getting even better.
Yeah, I think it is a great situation. I've said that before. I don't know if he'll be there next year. Maybe. It depends on what happens with other people on the team, like Nick Batum. Is he coming back? But this year is a good year for Jeremy Lin. I think it's turning out that way. That's what I thought it was going to be. And so even if he doesn't stay, I definitely think this is the kind of stepping stone that's going to lead to better things. I know people worry. Jeremy's 27 now. He's entering his prime. He's not getting any younger. It takes a long time for point guards to kind of develop. I think Jeremy's doing just fine, and I think this is clearly the best version of him that we've seen. And that three-point shot will come around. I'm sure that it will, and that's going to make him even better. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
I like it. It's exciting. Jeremy Lin fans, what do you think about that? Jeremy Lin's back. He started tonight. He got some good points. Okay, they lost to OKC, and they have a tough game coming up here against Golden State, but things are starting to roll. Lin's back in the mix. I think he's going to have a great impact. We're excited about what do you think about that. Give us the comments below. Please subscribe to the channel. Please rate this video up. Also, please post it on your social networking sites. Thanks so much for watching. I'm John D. Villarreal, the four-time national champion and the super genius. That is Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert. You're watching Conservative Media. We'll see you next time.